Howdy, folks, and welcome back. We have Loki Season 2, Episode 4, Heart of the TVA. I mean, last week we had a couple of really cool things happen. One, we have the variant of He Who Remained, or He Who Remains, now in the TVA, because they took him. So what's that going to do? Is that going to give them access to what they need to fix the loom, or is some other shenanigans going to take place? And also, Sylvie sent... Renslayer and Miss Minutes to go see their dead, I'll say their dead loves, because they've all seemed to love him at the end of time. So I think Renslayer still has her tempad, so she's going to be able to get out of there. I don't think Sylvie sent her there as like a prison. She didn't intend her to stay there forever. So obviously she's going to get out. But what's she going to do when she's there? Is she going to learn anything? And like I said, this episode, the big question is what's going to happen to the TVA? Is He Who Remains going to help them fix a problem? What's going to go on with Sylvie? Again, we still have the question of how did Sylvie get in the TVA at the end of the flash forward, and why is the TVA being evacuated? We don't know. We're trying to get there, so here we go. Okay, this is 2001: A Space Odyssey stuff here. Okay. Oh, is that really what it looked like? I don't remember from season 1 that it was floating like that in like a destroyed, like asteroid or something. Is that where this fortress is? This citadel? I didn't remember it being floating. I mean, I knew it was kind of up and away, but I didn't know it was like that. Cool, I guess. Oh yeah, and the secret Miss Minutes had. She had a secret. She was going to tell her that you're going to make her really angry.
So it's almost ready.
It's her. Is that the same conversation that Loki heard the recording of? Yeah. Ravonna Renslayer, you are quite a marvel. Yeah.
You are quite a lead with you.
I love how this is a little diorama that she's watching that Miss Minutes is portraying for her.
No.
Even then, she was like, our commands, like she's a partner.
I'll catch up. Call 42.
Is 42 going to be wiping their memories? Because remember, they all had their memories wiped multiple times, and they had no memory of the war. I don't think. I mean, Miss Minutes told them there was a war, but they didn't have a memory of it.
Erase her memory.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Their memory.
Yep.
If you say so.
That's the secret that's going to make her angry, I guess, is that her memories were wiped. Which Mobius knows, because Loki told him. Even though he said, I have no memory of my memory being wiped. Oh, they're both kind of jilted lovers now. Miss Minutes is like, we don't need him. Let's do it ourselves. Meanwhile, back at the TVA, how come he didn't... The other two went through soon after he did through the same portal. Why'd the portal go away? It's definitely the current one because the wall's been broken away when Loki used a stick on it. Is he seeing himself here? Is he recognizing that those are his faces? Or those are his face? Distant alarm. Is this the evacuation? So it was the evacuation because the loom was expanding beyond control or whatever, and that future shot of Loki was them trying to secure it, but because they couldn't secure it right away, they had to evacuate, and that's what they're doing now? Is there not some other big event? It really is just the loom? Yeah, they're calling all engineers to Temporal Core. I pity the folks who don't have subtitles on who can't get this little detail here.
Are you?
B-15.
Oh, it's a party. Hello. You all...
Very good. So our hero guard has a guard. That's where right? P-17. That's her name, right? P-16. Oh, I forgot her number already. She has a new mission to the TVA soup. We saw that in the end credits. New mission to try to convince Stocks and her people to protect the new version of the TVA. That's cool. It's cool. Wonder if she'll be successful. I don't know. Maybe. Does that say chocolate soup? Hot, fresh coffee. Chocolate soup.
You're here to solve
Tell him he'll be able to see everything when they're done. They just have to fix this emergency. Tell him.
Proms. Then you're free to wander around all you.
There you go. Hey. Of course, Mobius just said that.
Still overload.
He's going to be very happy to see OB.
But I learned everything I know from a brilliant 19th century inventor named Victor Timely.
Does OB actually remember everything? I think his memory never got wiped. Because he remembers 400 years ago. He remembers Loki from when Loki saw him in the past. I don't think they ever wiped his memory.
Mr. Ouroboros, would you inscribe my...
Another one who wants him to sign it.
Only one coat of paint on there. I haven't been
They only got one coat of paint. Shouldn't have put any paint on it.
half our figures to represent someone killed he who remains.
Uh-oh.
And release all these branches bigger. So
Please tell me he articulated this to make it bigger.
What's that?
Maybe not.
there's Mobius.
So much more.
Oh, he's going to lose his skin. Oh, no.
Gonna have to hoof it then, right?
Why is it suddenly me having?
Super fast.
Oh, super fast.
So what are we waiting for? Let's do.
That's the device we saw He Who Remains had. Okay.
It's...
Yeah, long time.
Mr.
So I think the evacuation of the TVA is this whole, it's tied to this. It's the same thing. It's they're evacuating because they don't think they can, or they're very close to getting it solved, or they think it may not solve it and have to evacuate the TVA. So I don't think it's some like separate attack or anything.
Ouroboros.
He does pie. That's his thing.
What is the matter?
Even looked, have you?
Oh, are we going to go find out? Are we going to go find out where he came from? I think we knew this from the trailer. There was some scene with jet skis in the background. So I think we knew. Oh, they were in here? Wait a minute. Oh, no, that was... Okay, no, I get it now. That was Brad speaking here before they cut to this scene. So Dox and Brad are in the same cell.
No.
All of them are. Hunter's going to come in, right? B-17? I'm hoping that's the right number.
Galileo, or
I want to know... Yeah, it is the Hunter coming in to try to convince her and their people and her people. I wonder why Sylvie can't do what she did for the Hunter last season, where she actually showed her life before she was kidnapped. Couldn't Sylvie do that to Mobius? Or she just want to yell at him and point a finger at him and then walk away? I mean, she could show it to him.
So do you.
I don't think I ever really understood the distinction, but I guess it makes sense. They have hunters, which go after targeted individuals in the timelines, and then they have the Minutemen, which are like the soldiers, the foot soldiers who do most of the dirty work, I guess. I mean, they have hunters and they have Minutemen. And the general leads the Minutemen. She doesn't necessarily lead the hunters. Maybe the head judge leads the hunters. I don't know. But they have similar weapons, similar gear. But if somebody understands the difference, let me know. Because I don't think that was ever adequately explained in the series. And I would really like to know what the hierarchy is, what the differences are between the forces. So in that sense, maybe the hunters are kind of like the police. And the Minutemen are the soldiers. They're the army.
I took a wrong turn.
Oh, she ended up with the pie. At least we get the Loki Sylvie scene we've wanted, really. Apart from the reunion at McDonald's. We want them to talk. Maybe do more. Good point. I mean, he definitely didn't seem to be scared, but if it is still timely. You know, I mean, he was confident he'd come back and he did, but surely you have to be a little concerned about being stabbed to death.
that's because of Mobius.
B-15. Oh, B-15, finally. Okay, sorry. B-15, I gotta remember that. It's not B-17. It's not the bomber. B-15. How can I remember B-15? Just remember 15. Okay.
There, OB in case.
Loki sure has come a long way. I think he's sincere. I do believe him. He's come a long way. This Loki has come a long way. Nice bookend to the conversation between Miss Minutes and Renslayer, where they're like, we can take the place of He Who Remains. We don't need him. Here's Loki and Sylvie saying, we can do what He Who Remains did, but do a better job. Well, he has a point. They are gods. I mean, with a lowercase g, they're gods. Uh-oh, Renslayer.
I'm working on myself.
Loom is in.
Interesting what she decides. What Dox decides. Because Brad wants to eat life on the timeline, but Dox is a true believer, right? She doesn't believe that. She may not have even accepted the fact that they're all from a timeline, they're all variants. But if she does, she still believes that their job is to stay here and prune branch timelines. So having a life on the timeline is something they couldn't allow. So I'm wondering if she's going to lie or she really is going to accept it. But I wouldn't think she would want a life on the timeline or want anybody else to have a life on the timeline who's here in the TVA. So if she accepts it, I think she's just playing along.
I finally am seeing the bigger picture.
Oh, wow. Oh, they did have something. We saw from the first episode, or was it the second episode, but the first episode, there was some kind of connection between the two of them, but she just called him Bradley softly, so there's something. Miss Minutes is scary. Look at her back there. She is enjoying watching them die. Yeah.
Let's go, X5.
I'm actually kind of pleased with Doc. She was a true believer. She did not give up her belief. She stuck to it, even though I disagree with her, view that they need to exterminate all the branch timelines. Just like she had respect for B-15. You got to respect the fact that she wouldn't just, go with the flow and like trade sides and things like that. She had beliefs and she stuck to them.
Who's that?
A machine for everything.
Could I take a look?
Oh, Miss Minutes is here in the TVA and she has administrative access. She's disabled all the temp pads. That's not good.
You said type.
Oh no. What's going to be there? Are they even going to show it? Because it would be pretty gruesome. Unless they show the compressed cube, just a tiny little cube. That would be one way to show it. Because it sounds like the machine is still running. But Disney, they're not going to show gruesome stuff. She doesn't know who did it. Yeah, Miss Minutes is the one doing it. I guess she does put two and two together there. She can. Miss Minutes is here, actively administrating. That means Renslayer's here. So she can kind of piece it all together. Has he never had it before? Come on. Surely the hunters had hot chocolate. Oh, who is pruning him? No. Oh, you. Traitor. Does he know him? No, he's never met him. He's just terrified because he just pruned the guy in front of him.
No, I'm not gonna make that mistake twice.
Still messing with this thing.
That's why the temp pads aren't working.
So they need He Who Remains for his temporal signature, temporal aura, right? Because he can bypass her, maybe?
You can grab the multiplier and let's...
They think that's timely, I guess, but it's not.
It's gotta be Renslayer.
No.
People wondering if Loki pruned Loki in the flash forward. He's got a stick now.
Sit down. Sitting down.
Is this the evacuation? It is. This is where it's going to happen because she's getting into an elevator. He's not going to go. She's going to say, "There you are," when she opens the door, and then he's going to prune himself. Yep. Yep. It's all adding up. Yep, that's the old Loki. Yep, here's old Loki running to the phone. And he knows exactly what he has to do now because he sees his old self holding the thing with the green light. Knows it happened, so gotta do it. And prune. Wow, that is... even though he knows it's the right thing to do, he just basically disintegrated himself. That's going to be a little weird. Who is on the telephone? We need to know. And why is there a telephone with a whole bunch of lines, a business telephone, sitting in the hallway next to an elevator? I have no idea who this is going to be.
Hello?
About time. What's taking you guys?
Jeez, okay.
The dampeners that prevent people...
Oh no, Casey, no. Casey, are you going to get in the suit for when the system goes down? You're going to go out there and fix everything and sacrifice himself? Come on, Casey. I like Casey.
Magic at the TVA.
Looks like the kind of thing he would do, though.
Well, marking just isn't necessary.
They're up to something.
And Miss Minutes was stuttering, and it's a cute joke. I don't think she was mocking him, but it's a cute joke that he pointed out the mocking.
I need to tell you.
Oh, no. I love you. And she's gone.
You'll never be him.
Oh. Whoa, I thought it was going to be I love you. It's the exact opposite. Oh, Miss Minutes. Yeah, she is very dark. This feels like it would be right out of his movie, right? Nice. Nice.
X5.
Oh, is that Sylvie taking... Or Sylvie took control of him, right? Oh, and she knows. She's not trying to hide it. Wow. They didn't take her temp pad from her, so if the system comes back online, her temp pad will work, so she'll be able to get out of where she just got pruned to, right?
Let's go.
Okay, so at least Casey's up here and isn't necessarily staged ready to rush out there and die.
No, you don't have to do this.
Oh, is he realizing he shouldn't be alive? Or what?
What I do, I know how the throughput multiplier works.
Good luck.
Come on, Victor. I wonder if it is a actual sincere, noble potential sacrifice, or if I don't think he thinks that something good is going to happen out of it, but I wonder if something does. I wonder if this is what imbues him with the power to like seal the timelines or something. I don't know. I'm thinking too far ahead. And he's gone. Okay, he's been spaghettified. That was certainly unexpected. Including the device that's going to save them. That got spaghettified too.
What happened?
So I guess his decision was a noble, pure one. He really did want to do whatever it took. And it took him out. Either it took him out of the timeline, or is that what actually created all the different Kangs? Oh, and now I'm thinking ahead again. Did he just like split into multiple Kangs in every timeline or something at this point? And that's how we get like the Council of Kangs and stuff? Did that just create the Kang Menace and start the war? Oh no. Is this gonna like... Obviously this doesn't like end all time and destroy everything, does it? So is this gonna kind of like reset everything? I was thinking to myself before this explosion started that this could have been basically the temporal war he was talking about, where he had to fight all the other Kangs and all the other timelines and bring them into alignment with the sacred timeline. Could that have like been the start of that? But this explosion, maybe this is like a big bang and it's going to start all over. But if it does, what happens to our heroes? What happens to Sylvie? What happens to Loki? What happens to the hunters and everybody and OB and all that? What happens? Or are they all going to go to their original timelines and resume their roles? Is that how we get the jet ski thing? And does Sylvie go back to her Asgard? That would be kind of cool too. Okay. I'm guessing they go back to their timelines. That's it? Come on. Oh my God. Oh no, hang on. No, that was it. They're going to leave us on that cliffhanger. Wait a minute. That's fire. That wasn't a post-credit scene, was it? No. Oh boy. That is a way to leave us. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever been surprised by an ending before until this one. Where I was like, okay, we go to blackness for a while and we're going to appear somewhere and then they're going to leave us on a cliffhanger there. But no, they just left us on the cliffhanger of the darkness. That blew my mind. I was like, oh, no! I've never been angry at a cliffhanger before until just now. Well, not a cliffhanger of Loki until just now. So that did its job. Wow, such big questions. What's going to happen? Is this going to reset everything, start the whole temporal war again, and then everything has to go full circle and come back to where it was, and then they have to. Is it going to be a time loop essentially, a very long time loop, and they have to make different decisions? Is it going to put them back on their original timelines because they all are going to like suddenly exist again? But then if that's the case, how do we resolve this problem? Or is that just setting up the fact that there are all these timelines? We already knew there were, right? Multiverse of Madness and stuff, but is it going to make even more and set up the whole next phase, the phase that we're entering, or the phase that I guess I don't know, are we technically in that phase of the MCU, or are we entering it, the one where it's going to end in, the Avengers movies with Kang? But obviously Kang per se is not gone. He Who Remains might be, but he might have also splintered into all the different Kangs at this point. I'm thinking he did. I'm thinking he's spaghettified, but I'm thinking he's split basically. That's my working theory right now. Into all the different Kangs that we know about in all the different timelines. He basically seeded himself in all the different timelines. I mean, I know the way it works is he already existed in those timelines, but a person doesn't have to have existed in every timeline. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. If you know what happened with Kang and his spaghettification and you have theories, let me know. But the end, the explosion, boy, that could be any number of things. I honestly don't have a favorite. I don't know what I think it's going to be. I'm going to go off the trailer bit where we saw the jet skis and say I don't think that's going to be the very end of the show where Mobius is going to be happy and is back in his timeline. Maybe it is, or maybe this is going to throw them all back into their timelines. And we're going to see Sylvie and Asgard. We're going to see Loki go back to a timeline where he successfully escaped with a Tesseract or something. I don't know. Now, the more I talk about it, the more I don't think that's it either. I honestly don't know. I really want to hear everybody's theories. So, I mean, if you're watching this, leave a comment. Let me know what your theory is. What is that explosion of temporal radiation going to do? That temporal nuke is essentially what it was. What's that going to do? What's that going to do? What are we going to see? There's more than 4 episodes of this show. This is not the end. I said for a second, I was like, wait a minute, there are only 4 episodes? No, there's more, right? So now I need to go check. Now I'm super curious. I need to know. I know there's like 6 episodes, or I think it's 6, right? Loki episode guide. IMDb, obviously. We are on season 2. Yeah, there's 6. That's what I thought. There's 6 of them. Oh man, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think's gonna happen. I'm tempted to go watch the breakdowns and Screen Crush and all those guys and all their analysis, but they're all going to be guessing too. They're all going to have total guesses, and what annoys me, FYI, it's kind of a sidebar, but what annoys me about those channels a lot, some of them are better than others, is a lot of them state things as if they're facts. And then you go back and you watch what they've stated as facts, and they're totally wrong. Because they're so confident in their observations, confident that what they see is what's going to happen. So that kind of annoy me when I watch that stuff sometimes. But they also do reveal things that I missed, which is really good. So I'm going to go watch some of them. I'm going to read your comments. I'm going to see some other reactors and see what they think. Because I have no clue what's going to happen. It could be anything. Anyway, I'm speechless at this point, so let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.